Hi, I am Deborah R. Richardson of Debra R. Richardson LLC, and I work with you to help you clean up your vendor data, clean up your vendor processes so that you pay the right vendor. Now, this week's Vendor Master File tip of the week is a slight update from a previous Vendor Master File tip of the week that I posted based on IRS information. It was their IRS Combined Federal State filing program. And for tax year 2025, one of the states that they listed is wrong. And so this one came out, I believe it was October 28th, and it was based on the IRS's publication 1220 that we wait on every year to see which states are going to participate. And as you can see here, Rhode Island is definitely on the list. But I found out today, which is why I'm publishing it on a Thursday and late on a Thursday at that Rhode Island, even though they are listed here again, and I just checked today, it's still there. Rhode Island, however, says no. And not only that, they indicated in this document at the end of December that they recognize or it's come to their attention that Rhode Island was included in the IRS publication 1220 for participating in that program. However, they do not participate in that program or are not participating for tax year 2025. Now, I don't know how long this has gone on. However, if you have any vendors that are in the state of Rhode Island and you need to report their income on a 1099 MISC or 1099 NEC, at the very least, then you need to make sure that you're not only reporting the tax filing to the IRS, but also to Rhode Island. Now, one thing I always say is that you definitely need to make sure you do your state tax research no matter what the IRS says, because every state can always have additional requirements, even if they do participate. And so I do have a free service or research resources, I should say, for every state tax research page, and it's on the Vendor Process Training Center. And all you have to do is register for free as a user, and you'll have those links available. Not only that, but last week, I did a podcast about how important it is to do state tax research. And this was even before I found out about this error. So it's just another example of why you really need to do your own state tax research. And so I talk about why, and I also give you a process with which to do that research. So make sure you listen wherever you listen to podcasts, but it's actually going to come up right after this video because I do have my podcast on YouTube. All right, so that is it for today for this out of sequence video because it's very important information. But if you would like more information on how to improve your vendor process, you can go to my website at deborahrichardson.com for free tools and resources to avoid fraud, regulatory fines, and bad vendor data. Now, if you want over 163 annual hours of training for your vendor team, check out the Vendor Process Training Center at training.deborahrichardson.com. And keep in mind, this is also where the free resources or the links are to do your state tax research. So good luck and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday for the next Vendor Master File tip of the week.